With his story, Traveling Could Only Be My Way, please welcome Bill Mattson.
Business travel, my way. If things can go a little bit haywire, they're going to happen while you're traveling, and particularly on business, it seems like. I used to do a lot of business travel back when I worked for GTE, which was a phone company before it was Verizon, which was a phone company before it was Frontier. I think it's still Frontier, at least for the time being. When I travel, I like to keep things really, really stress-free. I like to make all my own arrangements. I didn't leave it up to the travel department or a travel agent. I just did everything myself. I like to really organize. I like to get there early, pack light, take my time. Everything is seizure-free. So I once took what I thought was going to be a really uneventful trip to Seattle, Washington. After boarding the plane on what I thought was a nonstop flight, I made my way kind of the back of the plane. That's where I was sitting at the time. Had a very pleasant flight. I think I got a little sleep at the time. And as the plane started descending, I woke up. The announcement came on. I was back by the engines. I didn't really hear what was being said. I just knew this plane was landing. So when the plane landed, I got off, and I leisurely took my time to my rental car counter, and I asked the clerk for my rental car. She asked for my name. I gave her my name. They were typing away. "We don't have any record of your reservation, Mr. Mattson." "Can you spell your name?" "I'll spell my name for you." Still, they couldn't find my reservation. Said, "Do you have a confirmation number?" I said, "Yes, I do. I have a confirmation number." And I read her the confirmation number, and we don't have a record of the confirmation number. Now I'm getting angry. Like, what good is a confirmation number if it doesn't reserve a rental car? It says right here, "Pick up midsize Seattle." And she said, "Seattle?" Now, it's amazing what happened in the next few split seconds in my mind. Because the human mind can put together language and things like inflection and body language so quickly. And I thought to myself, in just a few split seconds, I thought to myself, okay, I just told her I wanted to pick up a car in Seattle. And she repeated that city name back to me in the form of a question, with her head sideways and her brows down. If I'm in Seattle, that response makes no sense at all. So I immediately blurted out, "Where am I?" And she said, "You're in Portland." And I said, "I've got to go." And I ran. And I ran. And I made it back to that plane. I made it back like just in time. Nearly had a seizure. Shortly thereafter, I took a trip to Tampa, Florida, for what I thought was going to be a week-long trip. And things got really busy back there, and I was required to spend another week. I thought, well, I'll just spend the weekend in Tampa. I've got a couple extra shirts. I can wear my pants again. The underwear and socks I probably have to do something about. I do everything myself, and I noticed downstairs at this particular hotel there was a washer and a dryer. I'm not doing anything, I'll just wash my clothes. So I go down there and I put the clothes in the washer, I go back upstairs, watch a little TV, come back down to dry the clothes and find that the dryer is broken. So now I'm on a business trip. I'm in my room and I've got a box full of wet underwear and socks. My wife Letty calls me and I kind of tell her my plight, because right now I have clothes hanging up in my room. I'm waiting for them to dry. It's been 3 or 4 hours, and I realize I'm in Tampa, Florida. These clothes are never going to dry. So she tells me this trick. She says, "You know, there's this trick I know where, like, if you need to wash pantyhose, you can wash them in the sink at the hotel, and you can dry them in the microwave oven." This might work. So I took a pair of socks, put them in the microwave, put them on for about 10 seconds or so, took them out and they were warm, put them back in another 10 seconds or so, took them out and they were steaming. And I'm an engineer, and I'm thinking, well, if there's steam coming off the clothes, they're getting dry. So I put it back in, another 10 seconds, another 15 seconds or so, I bring these, like they are bone dry. Now this is gonna work. So I get the rest of the clothes. And this time I put in a full load. Crank it up to 3 minutes. More clothes, right? So I'm sitting back, reading the paper like you do in a laundromat, and I smell something. I look over to the microwave, and there's smoke kind of like creeping around the door of the microwave. And I open this thing up, and the clothes are dry, but they're a little scorched up. And incidentally, if you put underwear in a microwave and burn them, the elastic seems to scorch first before the rest of the underwear. So anyway, the next morning I put my underwear on. I'm standing in front of the mirror in the bathroom, and you start recalling that adage of your mother saying, always wear clean underwear because you might, have an accident, be in the hospital. And I'm thinking, I look like I've been in an accident. I look like I've been in a plane crash. So anyway, I finished getting dressed. I'm in the car with my buddy. We're going to the office, and I'm kind of he's like, what's going on? You got bugs or something? I said, no, I burned my burned my underwear in the microwave last night. And he pulls to the curb and stops the car. Says, I really need to hear the rest of this story. So to this day, he's called me on occasion, and he says, he goes, Linda's drying some socks tonight, and he's wondering, is that baked potato or popcorn? That's how I put that. This happened like 25 years ago, and the guy's still getting mileage out of that. So anyway, there's a couple of morals of this story for you. When you're traveling on a plane, always know what city the plane has landed in. And if you're ever in a hotel room and you need to heat up some food, think twice about using a microwave oven.